Hey, you might want to dry your hair faster after you take a shower. I managed to crawl out of the mirror and take 3 steps towards you while you weren't looking. Don't worry, I managed to hide just before you noticed me. I'll try for 4 steps tomorrow. So, has anyone thought about how Portal is a giant allusion to purgatory? There is seemingly no reason to be putting Chell through these horrible experiments. It's for GLaDOS's sadistic pleasure, but what if it's really a test? Not a scientific test, but a test of character and determination as to redeem oneself. Perhaps GLaDOS's taunts of all your other friends couldn't come either because you don't have any other friends because of how unlikable you are. It says so right in your personal file. Unlikable, liked by no one, a bitter, unlikable loner whose passing shall not be mourned. It says you were adopted, so that's funny too. Isn't just pointless mocking, but a reminder of Cho's former life. It's also heavily implied that GLaDOS could possibly be a much more knowing being as some kind of tester for purgatory. Quotes like, "Speaking of curiosity, you're curious about what happens after you die, right? Guess what? I know." Quotes like this have a much more significant meaning when thought of in this context. I feel sorry for you, really, because you're not even in the right place. This is your fault. It didn't have to be like this. You're not a good person, you know that, right? Good people don't end up here. I'm sure we all have heard the tales of how to aggravate some kind of ghost in a mirror. I've tried everyone I could find, but nothing ever happens. However, this is because, in reality, there isn't really a ghost in the mirror. It's you. Not a different version of you. In reality, we exist in as many pieces as there are mirrors at once. But there's a real way to do something interesting with a mirror. The other side of the mirror contains a world where all your wildest desires are yours. You just have to do one thing. Tell your mirror these words: "You are everything I have ever been, and I am willing to accommodate all credit I ever had into one entity." And then shatter the mirror quickly. If not done quickly enough, a demonic moan will be heard as giant hands grab you from the mirror fragments. If done correctly, though, the mirror will piece itself back together, and your reflection will climb out the mirror and allow you to enter his world. There is one condition, of course. The only way you can ever leave is if another mirror you have decides to try this process. If not, you are stuck there for eternity. Oh, and by the way, you wouldn't want to know what happens if the mirror for the world you're in gets broken. Let's just say that brings bad luck. Altogether, a small price to pay for your wildest desires.